It was a bit Man United's fault because they put the pizzas in our dressing room, so... The only thing I can remember is the intensity of my desire, the intensity of my motivation. It certainly came from my bistro where I was educated, where the local football club had the headquarters, and I heard only about football. So I must have thought, that's the only thing that matters, basically. People talk about that. And a bistro is as well a good education for a young boy to observe people, to detect why does he say that, and you know. So it was a good education, psychologically. I think I carried through my life the dissatisfaction of everything I did. You never did enough, you're never happy enough, you always want more. And basically, life is about, for me, it was experiencing intense moments and waiting for other intense moments. And in between, you work hard to get other intense moments, but I never looked back globally because I knew instinctively that you need to find the meaning in life. My meaning was football. I was absolutely sure of that. And life had a meaning if I am in football, you know. And so I knew I was happy to lead the life I had. And I thought I look later back, you know, and at some stage it catches you because age catches up and you have to do it. I was in my life in touch with top-level performers. And since I stopped as well, I met many other athletes from other sports, you know. And I tell them, tell me a little bit about, to find out where your motivation comes from. And honestly, all of them tell you only what they had lost and could have won. They never, you take winning as, okay, it's normal, you know. But you wonder, why did you lose? And I think it's a basic difference between men and women maybe, is how men hate to lose. Women love more to win, you know. And men hate defeat. They can become very aggressive. They feel humiliated.
Oh, so is that a pride thing, do you think?
Sorry?
A pride? That's...
It is a pride thing. Is maybe we were, because we rely on our physical strength, especially in sport, you know, and being defeated is something that we don't like.
What I didn't realise, and I found out in the book, was in a game at the end of September against Borussia Mönchengladbach, when you hadn't actually taken over, had you? At that
No,
stage?
I was there as an observer. I
Right.
came from Japan, yes.
Yeah. But you made a substitute. You went down to the dressing room at
I
half
took
time.
Tony Adams out of the game at half time.
Yeah.
And we lost the game.
Right.
So they must have thought this guy is completely mad. And I thought as well, that's quite exciting. I went back to Japan and I thought, certainly that was not the best of my decisions, you know. But, and that makes my job a bit harder. But at some stage, that's what football is about. You have to make decisions.
So how important was that first win on the 12th of October against Blackburn?
It was important because I changed the preparation a lot, you know, I changed the diet a lot, I changed the way of...
What were they singing on the coach, the players?
They were singing, we want our Mars bars.
Yeah.
You know, I said to Gary Lewin during a trip to the pitch, what are they chanting? He said, they sing, we want our Mars bars back. And at halftime, I think we were 1-0 up. I came in the dressing room, and usually I had let players rest before I talk, but nobody said a word. And I said to Gary, what's wrong there? We are winning. Why has nobody say a word? He said to me, were hungry.
So you didn't give them anything?
No. No, after they got used to it. I led a monastic life and completely dedicated to what I did. And now I'm a bit scared to say that because people look at me and think this guy is completely mad, you know, but it was my passion. And I have interest in life, but how my passion was to understand the world and how to get human beings better and understand them well. So I think as well, you know, that human beings in general arrive quite early in life at a very good level, but they don't move a lot after because we like to do what is easy and not what makes us better always, you know. And that is quite an interesting conclusion because I have a long experience for having worked with people to try for them to be at their best. And very few in life do absolutely everything to get to where as good as they can be. I would say, you know, I made many people intervene with psychologists at the club to talk to them. Teams, guys, every 2 months, I invited somebody to talk to the players to what life is special. Somebody who did something special. It was a guy who went through the Pole North, a guy who was a dancer with Madonna, and they talked about their experience. A guy who was a world champion in skateboard, and after I tried to analyze, and where you come back to the dream, is these guys sometimes they stopped to do what they did to run after their dream, you know, and the 4 common things that came out there was, what is your dream? Go really for it. 2, how can you make it happen? 3, get rid of all the negative thoughts that come automatically with it, because somewhere we'll say, I do it next year, or maybe I'm not good enough at the moment to do it. And 4, commit completely. And all the people who did special things I met in my life, they had these 4 ingredients. In 2003, they told me, I said, why didn't we not win? Your target was too high, it's too much pressure. And stupidly, I said, I think you can do it. And so sometimes it shows that don't be scared to be ambitious. Sometimes it takes time. You put the seeds in somewhere in the brain, and it takes time to get out. And so overall, it allowed us as well, when we won the championship, to give me another motivation to the group. Don't lose a game now. You can become immortal now.
Because there were 4 games left
to go. And we nearly lost each of them, you know, but we just managed, because we had that desire to survive, that we didn't lose. Well, there was a personal competition between him and me. There was an individual competition in each position between an Arsenal player and the Man United player. But that's coming back to that it was war, you know. And in England, I noticed that coming from France, when the pressure is on, the English guy turns to war. Let's fight, you know.
Yeah.
So you had this individual preparation for, my guys, it's you or me, you know, and that it became always the intensity, and sometimes it got out a bit of control, and sometimes a lot out of control.
When the pizza hit his head, after which was thrown by Cesc Fabregas, did you see that, or did you not see that?
I was the specialist at not seeing things.
Yes, you were. Yes.
I didn't see it. I knew, I've been told who did it. unfortunately, it landed on Alex, but it was a bit Man United's fault because they put the pizzas in our dressing room. So, but in hindsight, now today it's funny. I can understand completely that Ferguson was not happy, but I think after with a distance he laughed at it as well. But it was just to show how the fight was big in the corridors, you know, at the time. Today, you don't get away with that anymore.
No, you don't, do you?
No chance today. You finish in jail now. The Players is a little company now, but the manager as well, you know. The manager now comes in with a company that makes a contract with the football club. And this company is his assistants that are in numbers. And when he's finished, they go with him, and this company has a contract somewhere else. So, but as long as people meet their needs and they cooperate for the target of the club, that means to win, it's all right. But it's an evolution. Before, the players could imagine, once they were at Arsenal, to move somewhere else. But today that has changed. But as long as they commit completely, that is what is to be real professional. It is once I sign my contract, I commit and I give my best. And life is about give and take, you know. So you have to be careful to balance that always. It's not only to take, it's give and take. Sometimes we forget as well that life is about giving, you know.